It's day 75. So I am. I've had another tattoo. Ta-da. um, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit hyped from that. Obviously, a bit of a sugar overdose to kind of like keep me on a high for the whole duration. It was only 2.5 hours. Well, I'd say, what time is it? It's four. What time is it now? Yeah, I'd say from start to finish, probably, yeah, 2.5 hours. Um, I love it to bits. I've just had an interaction with someone, and it's just kind of made me feel a bit. So I'm just feeling now a little bit like, okay, let's get on here, get this done. So yeah, let's just do that, shall we? I am going to have a look to see what I've liked today. So let's have a look. Should have really thought about this before jumping on, but then I wouldn't be me, would it? Sat here keeping you all in suspense while I read some shitty quote from Instagram. But hey, it makes me feel good, so screw you. I am going to. Oh, yes, there has been quite a few good today. So, first of all, today is 1010, 1010 portal, which is amazing. The fact that I got this tattoo. She was able to customize it as well and put 28 in it, which I was so pleased about. Yeah, it's a little bit sore at the moment. There's quite a lot of white ink in it, and that's made it sort of flare up a little bit. So I don't know why it does that. Weird. I am going to use, so yeah, 1010, it's World Mental Health Day as well. So yeah, let's have a look. I am going to use let's have a look. Do you know what? I think I like this one. Living this life has taught me that no matter how many times my love was not returned, I still have a lot to give others and myself. Yeah, like I said, I just had an interaction, and I just got such bad energy from it, and I don't know where it's come from or what's going on, and I don't know how to approach the situation. And it is with someone who I love dearly and has basically been someone that, you know, we've kind of been there for each other through a lot of things, and I don't feel like I can ask what's wrong, which I hate. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like I have kind of been put in a boat and with no oars and kind of kicked away from the shore, and I'm like just floating around at the moment, like I don't know what to do, can't get back to shore, kind of a bit on my own here. So yeah, just feeling it's a bit strange, but like I said, it's just put me in a bit of a weird mood. So I'm gonna leave it a couple of days and then maybe try and approach the subject, because it's just, yeah, it's uncomfortable and I don't like it. My learning today is that I think my learning today is going to be something really unusual. So when I was sat in the tattoo studio, one of the other artists next in the sort of the bay next to us, I made eye contact with the artist, and it was like this instant recognition. Like I was like, oh my God, I know you. And that's my dinner beeping. There was this instant recognition, and I was like, fuck, where do I know her from? And then I kind of just looked away, and then when I looked back, she was still looking, and we were like close contact to talk to each other, but she was obviously in the middle of tattooing someone, and they were just kind of like moving and getting comfortable. So it wasn't a prime opportunity. I was in the middle of getting tattooed to like start talking over my artist to speak to the other artist. But yeah, when she'd finished tattooing and she came over, and she was just like, and I was like, I know you. And she was like, I know you. And we spent the whole 2.5 hours, like it became almost a bit of a joke with everyone in the studio. Like we were just going, have you worked here? Have you done this? Have you done that? Like it was weird as well, because we both lived in London. We both lived in Middlesex in London, but she's a lot younger than me. She's like only 27. So I was just like, well, you can't have been in London when I was in London. If you were, we wouldn't have been in the same kind of circles. Like I was, you know, like I didn't really work in, I would have been working in London when she was like, you know, a baby. So yeah, we kind of like left it was quite comical how we left it. Like obviously we've shared each other's Instagrams, and I was just like, don't be surprised if you get a random 4 o'clock message from me saying, I know where I know you from. And she was like, same. And it was just really cool, and it just made me realize that I know that energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. All energy that exists in its form. You can't create energy. So my belief is that when we pass on, our energy gets reabsorbed into the universe, atmosphere, the world, whatever it is, and then it gets, you know, put into something else. Like I've had regression hypnosis, and I've kind of talked about previous lives that I've had, and some lives I've got kind of almost unusual reoccurrences of things. So like I believe that you could come back as a pebble, you can come back as a tree, you can come back as a human, you can come back as an animal, you can come back as a plant. Like I truly 100% believe that my dad came back as a wood pigeon. Like that's it. Every time I see a wood pigeon, you know, I say, hi dad. I don't know why, and I know he can only be one, but to me, every time I see a wood pigeon, I get this sense of being in the space of my dad. And me and my dad used to have a really funny connection with wood pigeons from a very, very, very young age. So it would be fitting that would happen. But yeah, I don't believe anyone's energy goes anywhere. Like you just get re-evaporated and kind of like put back into another form. So I was sat there and I was just like, I was kind of like stewing over in my mind, and I was like, we really can't have interacted. Like it's impossible for us to have kind of known each other in that capacity where we've actually like, so we must know each other's energy from something else. And it was quite warming. It was kind of like, oh my God, I do know you. I genuinely like and she was like, I feel exactly the same. Like, I know you. Like, and she was just like, you remind me of this person. I was like, no, I've never done that. And I'm like, you remind me of this person. She's like, no, I've never done that. And I'm like, your energy is just so familiar. And like, I instantly recognized you when I saw you. And she was like, no, exactly the same. And it was just normally when you get that kind of like, I know you from somewhere, the other person's like, nope, never seen you before, no comprehension. But for two people to literally, for the remainder of the thing, we kept catching eyes with each other and was just like trying to like remember where we knew each other from. So my learning is that this existence, this life that I'm going through is bigger than anything that my tiny little peanut brain is capable of conjuring up. Like the purpose of existence, of human existence on this planet, is far beyond my scope of kind of comprehension. And I'm here as a piece of energy, as a spirit, as a soul, as a bundle of energy in a human form, having a human experience. And that connection that I had with her today has made me kind of realize that things are just go in cycle. Things like, this is why I have a great belief in the spiritual and everything like that. And it's quite funny that the tattoo I got is actually a planchette. I can never say it, planchette. Yeah. And it was just weird how on the 10th of the 10th, on World Mental Health Day, whilst getting a tattoo of a piece of equipment used for connection to the spiritual world, I met someone and we both knew each other, but we didn't know where. And it just really made the whole experience just feel right. I knew I was in the right space because I'm denied, and I'm like, I really shouldn't be spending this money, and and I'm like, I need my body to feel like mine. I have ignored and disrespected my body my whole life, and it's because I've had people abuse it, I've had people call it names, and I have convinced myself that it's not good enough. It is good enough, but it just doesn't feel like mine. So my way of creating a body that I feel comfortable in, to make this vessel my own, is to garnish it with things that make me feel like it's my skin. And yeah, like I said, this experience today, because I was umming and ahhing, I was like, oh, I really shouldn't be spending, has just been the cherry on the cake to say that you absolutely did the right thing today. Like, money will come and go. Like, I will have the money. I've got the money. Everything I buy, I have the money for. All my bills are paid first. Everything I have, I don't spend and put myself in debt. I have the money, and why would I not want it? To me, money is a means to do things. It's a means to a purpose. It's a way for me to be able to do things. I don't attach a significance to money. It's just paper. It's just an exchange for products or services, and that's it. Like, I've never had, like, my mum, it has such a different connection with money, and she's struggled with money her whole life, whereas I've always had such a light-hearted and such a disconnect from money. Like, I would give away every last penny I had to people that need it, just because I don't hoard money. I don't save it for a rainy day. Like, rainy days might never happen. I've got money in my savings and stuff, which has obviously been given to me recently, and that will stay there. But if I have free money every month, I'm going to use it to spend it on things that make me happy today, that make my friends happy. Like, that's what I've done. But yeah, my learning is this experience, this whole experience that I got out of it was just reaffirming that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, and I was in the right time and space at that time. So yeah, that's my learning. My happiness is for looking down at my arm now and finally feeling like this is my skin. This is starting to feel like my body, like it's getting stronger, it's getting fitter. My muscle definition is coming out. I'm starting to see changes in my body. I'm adorning my skin with beautiful things that reflect who I am, my personality, my love for life, my everything that means something to me is now being adorned onto my skin. And that makes me happy that I finally starting to love the person that I'm becoming. So my gratitude today is for Casey, who did my tattoo. My gratitude is for Leah, who I had the weird, crazy connection with. My gratitude is for the universe for showing me that I am in the right time and space. My gratitude is for everything that led up to being able to have those moments. So being able to be well enough to work that provides the salary, to having the brain that allows me to complete the work, that gives me the salary, that allows, like, the food that fuels my body, that allows me to wake up and to go to work, like every single, like, the people that make the food that goes into my, like, I am grateful for the millions of small actions needed to allow me to be where I am in my life today. Like, I cannot be more grateful for everything that happens outside of my control, outside of my sight, outside of my even comprehension. Like, the hundreds and thousands of people needed throughout my whole existence and my life to get me to this point in time. I'm grateful for you all, for everything, for every single thing. Like, I am eternally grateful, because I'm starting to realize that life is pretty fucking awesome. And to think that I nearly decided to give up because someone didn't want the love that I wanted to give them. It almost, as I say those words, it almost sounds like it's coming from a crazy person. Like, why would you even think that someone not accepting the love you want to give them means that you don't deserve to be here? It just, I'm just so grateful for the person that they've pushed me to become, to be, because I've needed this for so long, for so many years, and I can't be more grateful enough for every single person, good, bad, indifferent, every stranger I've met, everything. It just literally, I'm so fucking grateful. I really am. Like, I can't express my gratitude in words. I just have to make sure that I keep going. I take everything that I've learned, that I continue to work on myself, on being a good person, and I continue to give back as much as I possibly can. Like, every spare ounce of money, of energy, of love, of everything, after I have provided for myself, I have to make sure that I am consistent in giving that away. Don't get greedy, Stacey. You've never been greedy up to this point in life. You know, I don't think it's in your nature to be that, but just make sure that every single spare opportunity that you've got to give love, to give your time, to give your energy, to give your finances, to give your support, to give your love, to whatever it is, just do it, because what you give out comes back to you, and in most cases it comes back twofold. And what I am starting to realize now I've decided to crack open my heart and to allow this experience to give me, for me to give more love. It's coming back in so many different ways, and I am so grateful. So Stacey, you talked about your journal today with Casey and Leah and Laura, and you kind of explained to them, like, you know, why you're doing it, and, you know, how talking to you, to, you know, and expressing things helps. And, you know, it was funny because Leah, who you had that connection with, also has the same sort of mental health conditions as you, so you kind of had that real kind of connection as well, and it was great. It's you've shied away. I mean, you've never shied away from talking about your mental health, but you have shied away about kind of like telling about how it's affected you, and stuff like that. Like, you're not shy to say what condition you've got, but it's difficult when people don't understand what that is. And she knew straight away, and that connection was just absolutely, it literally fed my soul to know that there are other people that are going through the same experiences, that you're not alone, that you're not crazy, that you're not insane. Like the things that you feel are valid, the emotions that you have are valid. Like, you know, you've always said they're your superpowers. It was funny because Casey, I said, like, I can have wedding day highs and funeral day lows in a day, like multiple times. And Casey was like, that sounds horrific. And I was like, it's a superpower. Like, you know, someone can, you know, offer me a crisp out of their packet of crisps, and I am over the moon happy. Like, and you know, I might stub my toe, and within 20 minutes I'm sat looking on the internet at funeral plans, because in my mind I'm like, oh my God, I've banged my toe, I'm going to get an ingrown nail and it's going to get infected, and I'm going to get sepsis, and then I'm going to die, and no one's going to, I haven't got any dependents to pay for my funeral, so I need to start looking at funeral plans. Like, your brain is so unique, and for every person that doesn't see that as the beautiful thing that it is, there is another 10 people that will. So let go of the people, as hard as it is. You can let go with love. You can let go with purity. You can let go with goodness in your heart, and joy and happiness, and sheer volumes of love. Like, for me to hate anyone in my past is to hate a part of myself, because at some point I truly had feelings, whatever those feelings were, and I've always done the best with the knowledge that I had at the time, and that's all I've got to do, is just forgive myself for those times when I didn't know better. Now I know better, I can do better. So this is what you're doing right now. You are recognizing that you are allowed to feel good in your body. It's not, people are going to look at your body, and it's not going to be for everyone, but there is going to be someone out there that is going to look at you one day and is going to see you for everything, the whole thing. They're going to see through the wrinkles, they're going to see through the saggy skin, they're going to see through the lumps and bumps, they're going to see through the scars, they're going to see through all the emotional highs and lows, and they're going to look straight into your eyes, and they are going to see your soul, and they are going to feel the love that you give, the unconditional love that you give, and they are going to hold you in a place of compassion and understanding and grace and all the things that you give other people. That day will come. Don't deny that day will come. But for now, just focus on you. Focus on feeling good in yourself. Focus on getting yourself strong and well and fit and healthy, and keep striving for all those goals that are on your vision board, and keep staying strong. And interactions like today are there to provide you with the opportunity to put into practice lessons and things that you've learned. So you didn't react, you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything. You noticed that there was a little bit of a disconnect. You were pleasant, you were polite, you've come away, you've recognized that there's an issue. Now just spend some time and think about the best way to approach that, to make sure that your emotions are protected, and you're also kind and gracious to the other person, because you don't know what could be on their mind. And I'm so proud of you for doing that. You do that anyway, but even more so, like, you're taking the time to recognize that not every moment is the moment to say or do something. You've kind of recognized that maybe you could feel that tension, and you thought maybe now's not the right time. And I'm so proud of you for being able to do that, because previously you've let this work quicker than this, and now you're starting to stop, put your brakes on, and realize that you need to process things. Your brain works in a slightly different way. Just pause, process, and then speak. And you would not have been able to do this had you not been through every single experience that you've had in your life, even up until the most recent one, which literally ripped your heart out of your chest and burst it into a billion pieces. You are picking up every single one of those pieces, and repairing it and putting it back in its perfect place, because that's what you do. And I'm so proud of you. So, yeah, I love you. You are strong. You are brave. You're courageous. I posted something today, and when I saw it, when I went into the little gifts to add on to my post, I saw it and it literally made me smile. And it was, I'm going to read it as my final thing, because it says, and it is truly a reflection of how I'm starting to feel now. And it says, I am brave, I am smart, I am successful, I am lovable, I am happy, I'm creative, I'm awesome, I'm growing, I'm strong, and I am important. And then underneath, you're worthy, you're enough, you're strong. You are, you're you. Just keep being you. Your people will find you. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Make sure you are staying authentic to who you are, to yourself, and just sit back and let the people not meant to be in your life walk away, and make space for the people that are meant to be in your life. And that's it. And just, yeah. My brain is doing that. Have you said everything? Have you done everything? I don't know why I do this every freaking time. It's literally, it's almost like one of those Rolodex things that is kind of like spinning around. Like, have I done everything? Checking all the little tabs to make sure, like, have I said and done everything? Yes, Stacey, you have. Get yourself off there. Enjoy your evening. I love you. Yeah. Thank you for showing up consistently and for powering through the good days and the bad days and the atrocious days and the amazing days. And just know that for every day you're sat in your room doing a journal, there is going to be a day where you're going to be sat somewhere in the middle of nowhere doing a journal one day. Don't feel like because you're just here every day that you're not moving forward. You are making hundreds of baby steps forward to achieving your goals, and I'm so fucking proud of you. So for that, I love you. Go get some food, chill out. You got one more day of work and then you get to spend the weekend with your bestie. I love you, and yeah, whatever you do, don't ever lose your sparkle again. Don't ever let anyone dim that beautiful heart that you've got. Keep being you, stay strong, and always stay cookie.